Hello, this is Brent with Whiskey 7 Backroads, and coming up next, a walkthrough of my EarthCruiser. Alright, here is the EarthCruiser. The chassis is a Fuso FG 4x4. It's diesel. And then EarthCruiser down in Bend takes the chassis and customizes it to their needs, including the bully bar on the front with the lights, the 16,500 pound winch. They soundproof it and do some other things inside. There's a camera on the front. I'll show you the dash of it from the inside here in a minute. On this side, we've got my Overland Bound membership number 13675. So a shout out to Overland Bound, great group of guys. And then in the back here is the house is a custom built house on the chassis, and it has no wood in it, and it's all composite material. I'll go over some of the features of it. So first of all, this is where the diesel exhaust right here. It's integrated into the system, and it goes in, as you can see right there, and then exhausts up here. So that's where the diesel exhaust is integrated in. Right here, if you can see it on the camera, hopefully you can, this is the DEF tank. So diesel exhaust fluid is right there, and you have to have that. It helps with the emissions. And then this is a outside shower. So it's got a faucet, a filtered faucet, and also a regular tap. But the light is right there, Rigid Industries outside light. So, and then the door, which we'll talk a little bit about when I pop the top. Stairs come out. It's got a cassette toilet, which is right here. There's the cassette toilet. Really like having the cassette toilet versus something else, because you can it's clean. You can dump it anywhere, is a pit toilet or anywhere that there's facilities. You don't have to have an RV dump per se. There's no motorized, no motor, no pump, nothing like that. And then this is one of the storage bays. So this is the passenger side storage bay, and open this up, lockable. This is in the back. It's hard to see from here, but in the very back, it goes all the way through. And then I keep my tools here, carpet, chairs, fire pit over here. Hard to see in here, but I'll see if I can focus in on it. This is the manifold for the water system. So I can move water from one tank to another tank. I can hook up a hose, pump it from a stream. It's got a filter right here. Shot here. That's a platform. So they've really thought of some really cool things for these rigs. This is the storage section where I keep the jack. Hard to see in there and dirty. But I keep, it's got an air spigot right there, and I keep my air hose on this side, and on the other side is the compressor. So, and as you're going to see, this is not showroom quality. I don't keep my rig. I use my rig, as you see with my other videos. So it's dirty, dusty, not necessarily pristine. Never is. I believe in using them and using them a lot. And it's fairly clean inside, but definitely used on the outside, and that's the way I like it. So on the back here, we've got a spare tire with a garbage trasheroo on the back side of the spare tire, and then this long weird thing. Let's see if I can get the camera to, I'm not sure you can see that or not, but this is my ham radio HF antenna. It is a Scorpion. This is my custom built box that I had built from a friend of mine. and it's got a couple shelves in there with all my tools, extra hoses. I've got a shop vac in there. I keep my extra def in there, extra oil, all kinds of things that I don't necessarily need right away access to. And then on the back I have 3 connection points for hitches, and that one is for my bike rack that I don't have on right now, but that's there's extra connections down there, and you can see underneath here that black box is the second water tank, right there, the second water tank for the water system. The other one sits on top of that. Walking around to this side, right here is where the compressor's at. So as you can see, it's fairly dirty. Just got back from Death Valley and Baja, so there's the compressor. Another connection point here. There's 4 of them around the EarthCruiser. Up above here is another storage area. Boxes of extra parts. I've got some ham radio stuff in there, my backpacks, some boots, extra supplies. This over here is the water fill. So this is my lockable water fill area, and then that, you can't hard to see back there, but there is a valve there that allows me to fill whichever tank that I want. And all of these have LED lights in the dark, so if I open that up in outside in the dark, it's lighted in there. They also have 12 volt charge ports in there. So moving down here, this is the diesel. Got 2 tanks on this particular EarthCruiser. This is EarthCruiser number 3, and so it was built in 2014. And when they built them back then, they put 2 separate tanks on. I think now they're doing maybe one tank, but they had 2 then. So this is where I filled the tanks for the diesel. And then if I open that up, which I won't, but right there is a gray water release for the gray water. And that there is the kitchen exhaust for the Webasto stovetop, and I'll show you that when I go inside. And then coming to the front, it's a cab over. Let me take another shot back here. It's a cab over, so the knob right here is for releasing the cab after putting the bully bar forward. And these still have the old manual locking hubs. So this 4-wheel drive, and the front hubs are manual locking hubs. So and then at the very top, I don't think it's going to come through, but I have a UHF VHF antenna there. So 2 separate antennas. Let's see if this back one comes in a little better. No, it doesn't. So hard to see that one, but there's 2 different antennas on here. One's for HF and one's for UHF VHF. So I think that covers everything on the outside. What I'm going to do is do a quick hyperlapse of what it would be like setting up for camp. Okay, there it is. I don't have the awning real straight, but that's camp. That took me about 5 minutes, maybe 7 or 8, no more than 10. And that's what it usually looks like. And that's fully deployed and ready for your favorite refreshment. So you can see the antenna a little bit better. Again, those are my old call signs. My new call sign is Whiskey 7 Backroads, W7BR. That's how I came up with Whiskey 7 Backroads, was my call sign. I'm an extra class ham radio operator, and my call sign is W7BR, and my buddies just started calling me Backroads, and it stuck. So now I'm Whiskey 7 Backroads. So now you know the story. Look for some future videos on that Scorpion antenna. I'm going to do some remote operating with the radio system. Subscribe and hit the notification button if you're interested in seeing the videos I'm going to be doing in the future. All right, storage on this side. Again, another antenna on the front. That's a UHF VHF antenna, so that one's designed to not go very far. I can hit repeaters with it, some short distance radio, but not like the back one. The back one, when I was in Mulegé, 500-600 miles south of the border, I was talking to people in Alaska, Maine, Washington, all over the United States. So pretty cool. There's a shot of the front.